criminal records. So the majority of people that ICE is rounding up and taking out of their homes from their families, they're separating families. They're using children as bait. But the majority are not criminal.
The majority are not criminal. What's up, amigos? I am Fabio. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So let's help me to help you. Let's talk about immigration. So very strange, right? Because she said ISIS is taking these people away, but the majority are not criminal. Wait a minute. If you come illegally to America, aren't you committing a crime? Yes or no? What do you think? If you come to the border to America illegally, is that a crime? Yes or no? I want to see your opinion in the commentary. And let us hear what they have to say. J.D. Vance is doing really well. Let's do it.
I respond to that, guys. Let me just say this. Okay. So you talk about the children. Here's what I'd say. Do we know that during the last administration, we had tens of thousands of children who were sex trafficked by the cartels, who were brought into our country in profoundly dangerous and predatory conditions?
Let's talk about this administration.
But here's the point. Unless you enforce the border, you invite that kind of conduct. You think that our immigration policies are inhumane based on the reporting of one person with a political bias. What I'm telling you is that it's inhumane to allow cartels to sex traffic people across our border. And by the way,
please hold on.
I appreciate that. We're going to get you back, Anna.
We're coming back.
You see that they get desperate because he's telling the truth. They don't want to talk about the previous administration because that's going to look really bad on them because they've never criticized the previous administration for the bad things they did. I remember the time they accused Trump for having the cages with the kids, and we all knew those cages were from Obama. So they don't criticize Obama. Obama was the beautiful guy from the media, and no one can criticize Obama. But then you want to go after Trump. And for instance, just for you to have an idea, as a person who was not born in America, obviously you can tell me that I was not born here. The Democrats hate me because they think if you are not born in America, you cannot be a Republican. But J.D. Vance, he does really well on this part here. Look at this. He went really well here. Look what J.D. Vance is saying here.
But I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to.
Exactly. Nobody have a problem with the legal immigration. Nobody have a problem when you come here the right way, when you know America is the best country in the world, so we all want to be in America. And when we come to America, we understand the culture and we try to be part of the culture. And that's what American people appreciate. So if you come legally, it's different. What the Republicans are fighting for is an organized immigration. We want to know who's coming in. It's like I tell you, you want to know who's coming in your house. You're not going to open your house for anybody. You need to know who they are, if they're good people, if they're bad people. So when you come to America, like I did many years ago, and they look at my life, they saw I was not a bad person, I don't have criminal records, so I was welcomed in a legal way. And I became an American citizen. I pay my tax, unfortunately. Yeah, but I have to pay my tax and all of that. So that's okay.
Here, but let me just give you an example of this. Yeah. Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine.
Yeah, you said it. Yes, you said it. You ask. Why you ask? Because you're saying it.
Fair.
Don't start any stuff
all
with
right,
me,
okay,
man. Don't get me in trouble. Don't start no stuff with me. But
I misinterpreted your question, but let me answer your actual question there. What I'm saying, I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. one of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by a share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America, has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
Why does the crime? Where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is about
lost their jobs.
Right. This is about human
Sonny,
rights.
What you're saying is we got to do more on the economy.
And black history has been erased from public spaces.
Black history is not erased.
Black race is being raised from where? You guys are creating heroes who are not heroes. You guys want to say George Floyd is a hero. You guys want to do the Carmelo is a hero. You guys are making mistakes. Look at the real heroes, like, Martin Luther King. That's a hero, but then you want to say that, those people now is a hero. So you guys are destroying black history. That's what's happening.
True. Guys, we do have to get to Iran when we get back. There's some very important news
I'm telling you, we celebrate black history. We celebrate all American history. In this administration, you guys might be skeptical.
American history. Why we need to celebrate? Think about it. We need to celebrate Latinos history. We need to celebrate black history, the Asian history, the Brazilian history, the European history. How about to celebrate American history? Everybody is in American history. It's important to everybody. So I think, people, man, they're just going crazy. But I think he does really well here. Let's see this one here. I think here he does really well. Because every time they say those kind of things, they don't even know what they are talking about. Look how she gets completely lost here. Look at this.
What did black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till.
What's exactly you're talking about? She doesn't know. Look at this.
Emmett Till was the kid. I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that.
So many. She can't think of one, but so many.
That happened in this country. Slavery happened.
Anybody contest that?
All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, you know better.
So Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen the story.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled.
It's funny because Obama, he's going against a black person, and that is okay. Obama there is a senator that is black, and there's a Senate that's white. Obama is supporting the white senator, not the black one. But that's okay. Where is the black history is being raised?
Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color fit in this vision? Because it doesn't seem like we fit.
I think...
Like we fit? Oh, my gosh.
Sonny, my view...
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
So, first of all...
My God, she took that number from her ass.
I
have a friend of mine who is black, who came from Mozambique, and he just got his documents.
I'm very skeptical of that number, because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States.
She took that number from her ass.
States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country, so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But Whoopi, let me just give you an example of this. Okay, so
yeah, correct if I'm not wrong, but I think the guys in Tennessee, Obama is going for the white guy, and the black guy is saying, what's going on? Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. There's nothing wrong about it, but they are going to be crying about it. And to end, look what Trump said about the Democrats. I think it's pretty good what Trump just said here. Look at this.
Democrats, because they're dumb people.
Democrats, because they're dumb people.
The Democrats are, well, what I'd like to do is send it to Congress saying you shouldn't approve it, and I'll get it approved. Because they do whatever I say, they want to do the opposite. It's not working too well for them, by the way. But yeah, I never thought about saying it, never even thought about it, but I will send it to Congress. I like the idea.
Yeah, what Trump is saying here is, you know, they always do the opposite of what I want. So maybe I should use this strategy. I should tell them I don't like this. So the Democrats are going to end up voting for it. So may God bless you. May God bless America. See you next time.